Hey there guys, so the last time in the anime, we saw that Shize found out that her brother had married her arch enemies, and decided to keep her mouth shut with bribing. Then, the happily life of the couple starts with rocky things. First was their food. Saito was a lazy dude who had survived on cup noodles, so he brought whole stacks of it at home. And having no option, Akane took on the job as cook like a real wife. But Sato's habits of staying dirty and spreading out trash was a disaster. That's why both gets into fights in everything they do, and communication was getting harder and harder as each day passes by. So Himari suggested Akane to be respectful for once. And Saito had the same problem, and Shize advised him to be mindful of what Akane wants and feels, and by trying to reach a middle ground could they have peace between them. Both suggestions worked wonders as Akane and Saito made some ground rules. Saito was trying to turn a new leaf and do something that Akane would like buying out her favorite cake. And in exchange, Akane also cooked a full set of delicious meals for Saito. Their hatred was gradually turning into love, and then Akane brought a movie she rented out and wished to watch it with Saito. She was shy, but somehow she asked Saito because that movie is a 24 hours long cat film. It also had 3-hour cut scenes, so they went on with that. Throughout the session, the movie had nothing but cats, like a lot of cats, and nothing else. So Akane thought of doing something Saito like for once, and dude was after gaming. Akane hates gaming, but even so she beats him all the time. Then at night, Saito covers her up, but Akane was awake. So Akane took the chance to tell Saito to call her by her name. Until now, they weren't on first-name basis, so this shows they are getting closer with every little thing they do for each other. Himari found it strange that the two aren't fighting at all lately, which means they must be getting along, and Akane declines strongly and runs away. Then, at a library, Saito got surprised by guess who tricked by his sister. Shize saw Saito was reading a book related to relationship as he wanted to get better with Akane. So Saito this time called Akane and asked her to go shopping with him. It looks like a date, so Saito said it's nothing like that. But Akane got worried because a dude and a girl never meets for nothing. So Saito makes up its errands for shopping groceries. They were embarrassed to accept the truth. So both agreed to this excuse of groceries to meet up. But after the school, Himari asked Akane to walk home together. Today she heard the parfait parlor that Akane likes was serving special dish that Akane had wished to try. But sadly Akane had to skip this one out. Himari thought she's meeting with a friend and only Saito comes to mind, so before anything else, Akane runs away from there and steps on Shize. She did this to stop Akane, but she was in a hurry. Yet Shize stops her because she wanted to know what type of things Akane is doing with Saito as a team. So girl hurried over and left to avoid answering. Outside, she was waiting for Saito. And as he arrived, they went to the store to buy groceries. However, Akane shows to him that the difference between cheap and expensive eggs is only their packaging. Then it was time to butt into the sale war. Akane got defeated by the older ladies, so Saito also tried and got the same result. Everything got sold out, but both were enjoying their time together at least. With it they started to head back home. But Saito then thought Akane would make a good wife someday. It made her blush and reminds the dude that she's already married to him. After that, another misunderstanding happened when Akane woke up in the night and saw Saito trying to do something. But dude clarified that he couldn't resist her cuteness when he saw her in sleep and just tried to poke her cheek. It melts her down and asked how cute she looked. Saito said a lot, so she allowed him to look at her for only a bit. Then in the morning both were being embarrassed because of what happened in the night. And that caused a short circuit in their brain, as Akane burned her bread while making breakfast, and Saito forgot to put on his shirt. So they goes over to eat something outside, and Himari caught them in a moment. So her bomb of questions explodes and Akane try to act cool. But immediately there's Saito and Akane's fight starts again. Then, at night, Akane was studying for her quiz while dude was slacking off. He thinks it's unnecessary to study for this, as he doesn't even study for exams. So Akane kicks him out to concentrate, and sometime later, Saito brought in some late-night snacks for her. It was very thoughtful of him, so Akane was falling for this, and she happily finished everything. And then, the second day, Saito made some rice balls for her. Akane was studying non-stop that she fell over in school because of a lack of sleep, So Himari told her to take rest, because she just can't surpass Saito. But that boils her up even more to study harder to one day beat Saito. But Himari reminds her their school life is almost over unless she's planning to follow the guy even at college. Then that night, Saito brought in some snacks again, but saw Akane's condition had gotten bad. She had fever, so Saito brought her to bedroom, wiped off her sweaty body with towel for her. But down at navel part was embarrassing, so Saito leaves out from there on, and then Akane reveals she has to study hard because it's her dream to become a doctor and help people out. But her parents lack the funds for her medical college, and her grandmother promised to fund her, which is why she agreed to this marriage. But she still feels bad that she can't catch up to Saito in grades, but despite the fact she has always admired him, and a few seconds later, she regrets confessing it. Saito then took her temperature again, and saw her fever was getting worse. He thought of calling an ambulance, but it was embarrassing to call him for that. He can't call a taxi either. So Saito picks up Akane to take her to the doctor himself, like a good ideal husband. So that fills Akane's heart with warmth. And after that, Akane wakes Saito by threatening him when he wasn't waking up. Turns out her fever was due to a common cold, so she got back to normal soon, and then he showed he had recorded her clip when Akane admitted she admires Saito to bully her with this. And then the quiz happened and Saito again scored the top. He was getting comfy with Himari. So when she left, Akane stepped in, showing that she's jealous that her husband is getting closer to other girls. But our episode 3 ends right there, so stay tuned to watch another episode of this anime. And for that, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to receive the latest updates. Till then, take care.